listening to WKUFLP Flint at 4.3 FM and Arctic Sounds, where we play all local music and host a weekly live act. This week on the show, Mistaken for Satellites. We're still loading them in, we're still getting them sound checked. Right now in Flint, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to be beautiful the rest of the weekend. That's all you need to know, really, the rest of this week. Alright guys, so take us all the way back, as far as you can go, even if it starts from birth. I want to know the full story of how all you guys got into music and how Mistaken for Satellites started.
Well, here I sit, pondering the thought of you out wandering, surrounded by your closest friends. Well, each of you holds a drink in hand.
And if you look at the roots of any band, it's like, what were you guys doing? Oh, we were hanging out. So we're hanging out, you know? And what do? We play music, so.
When I first came to you and asked you if you wanted to be in a band, you said no.
Hey, you gotta get all dramatic.
Brandon was in a band that he wasn't super excited about. He was singing, but he didn't want to sing. He had met Mike at school, and Mike could sing.
When I met Mike, it was like we instantly became best friends. And the first song I ever jammed with Mike, he sang. And I was just like, how cool would it be to make music with this guy? And he seems like he'd be really into it, and that'll never happen.
He was stoked because we had been in a band called Suitable Paradise for about 2.5 years. Prior to that, he was the lead guitar and singer.
It was Danny's birthday, and he came over and we jammed again.
We started
And then
a
we
band
had
called the
Rich
Rich
Cards.
Cards. Yeah.
With one original song and 15 cover songs.
And that original song was Magazine.
Yep.
And Mike was gonna join Suitable and
Right.
sing.
We thought it'd be a great idea, like, hey, let's take Suitable Paradise, because Mike and John are currently going to be a part of Suitable Paradise, with Aaron, a drummer, and smash it into the bridge car. And we got this whole thing set up like Memorial Day, May
2012.
May rolled around, and we had a show booked for our new band. We told the Aloha, like, yeah, we're gonna be a new band,
Right.
and we're gonna have this like set
We had,
ready
like,
to
a
go. We have 4 weeks. They're like, we'll be ready. Don't worry. They're like, what's your name? We're like, we'll get it to you.
We don't have
Don't
a
worry.
name
We'll
yet,
get you a name. Just hold up.
And John took the day off work.
Yup, and that was really important to
And
John.
we had a cookout.
It didn't happen.
Our old drummer, he just said, no, I don't want to do this, so whatever. And, I was like super bummed because I thought that was it.
Let's find another drummer. Tony's like, well, good luck. It's like 5:30 at night on practice day. Brandon called our friend Brett.
My involvement with Mistaken for Satellites was complete whim, luck of the draw. Kid you not, I was sitting on the toilet and I got a text message from Brandon.
I told him the situation, what was going on that day, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. After that, after we were jamming and everything was great, John was like, well, I'm gonna leave and go get a job. And
Making bumpers.
Making bumpers. For
Somebody's got to do it.
Yep, in Alabama or something.
That's where they make bumpers.
And
John had even suggested to Tony, he's like, man, Corey is your dude. He's like a huge musician for Flint. He's been in a ton of bands. Guys are just a crazy head. He's awesome. You gotta pitch it to him at least.
Tony Everett calls me and he's like, hey man, doesn't look like we're gonna be able to play the show. I guess John's moving to Alabama. And instantly I was just like, I'm your man. That night I went home, learned all fucking 6 songs, took me like 5 hours, came back, next day was Thursday, was practice, and came over and fucking Brandon was like, hey, it sounds like John's here.
Yeah. That period brought us together and made us realize we wanted to make this happen.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Corey being with us has made us get to this point and picked up more momentum.
It was the most exciting feeling ever because we thought we were gonna die as a band. Like our satellite was like crashing through the stratosphere, about to hit the ocean. And then Corey jumped on and like grabbed the saddle and pulled it back into fucking space.
It was really awkward at first going in there, like, I'm just your new bass player kind of thing, you know. And from now I feel it's a family now, you know, it's a family business.
Well, the reason I like this band a lot is because of the songwriting together. We all work together. It's like everyone has stuff to throw at the table a lot, like a lot.
Imagine being in a family of 5 different people that you have to make happy all the time. It's not easy. It gets stressful, but it obviously breeds some of the most interesting things that I've personally been involved with in my life.
Collaborative creative process to me is the best way to create art. It's the hardest, it takes the most work, and it takes the most tolerance and understanding, but it's the greatest way to create because 2 heads are better than 1, you know?
There is days where practice just flows like magic and everything comes out like it should. And then there's days where one person's attitude can somehow like send this tornado around the whole room and all of a sudden nobody wants to play a note or do anything, which I have to believe that happens with any band.
To get 5 people on the same page, I don't think it's any person's fault in general whenever song we work on, but it's always a big stressful thing. But I think it's like anything else in life. You gotta work at it, and then you make it into something that's worth having.
It doesn't matter what music you're playing. If you're in a group of a bunch of different individuals who view something a different way or have a different outlook or even just a different timing of hearing something, I think that's just difficult to get on the right page, and honestly more often than not we don't have that much problems doing it, so it's pretty cool.
Once that energy starts working and you start bouncing ideas off of each other and they start molding something or becoming something that is art or beauty, it's really just an amazing feeling, you know. It's cool to sit there and write a song by yourself, but when you're sharing in the process with 4 other individuals, it's just, you really feel this human bond and this connection that is undescribable other than in creativity, in art, in music.
I love our music because I love the way it makes people feel in front of me when I even have my glasses off and don't know who I'm rocking out for. I can tell that they're having a good time because fucking hear screams and dancing. And I can see a bunch of moving and lights and sound and everything else, and it just, every time we play a show, there's at least 5 people in the room who make it feel like it's the best thing that they've been a part of that week.
I think it's gonna go good. My biggest thing in my head is always, I'd rather play in front of like 10 people than 2 people, you know what I mean? So.
Nervous as fuck. Like I'm gonna shit my pants and vomit at the same time. But before every show, I literally almost have a panic attack.
Thinking of a
first time I've ever seen people standing on tables at Churchill's just to get a look at what was going on, which was really cool. Yeah, like from wall to wall, like people couldn't even get in the door. It was awesome.
Yeah. I've been playing Churchill's for like maybe 3 years or something. And the show at Churchill's was probably the best show I've ever played there. I don't know, I was really nervous and I thought nobody was gonna come. And it was so weird to see everyone singing along.
Playing a show, I mean, the feeling I get from that, and then trying to go back the next day and do my normal thing. I mean, like the next day you go back to work, you go back to get up, have breakfast, and you just sort of feel like you did it, you know? Like you accomplished something. And even if you never play another show, like you know, somebody was singing your song, so. That's all it's ever going to be. Money will come and go, but you know, that feeling, that memory of connecting is really cool. And it's just like anything else in life. You whether it be whatever, a new love or drugs and alcohol or anything that makes you feel like you're on top of the world, you know, and then it's gone, and then you got to be like, well, okay. But I mean, with this, like, we can get it back, I mean, and plan more shows and do it again and get that feeling again, and it's a healthy thing, you know, it's not, you can get that feeling without feeling guilty about it or feeling like you're doing something wrong, you know, so.
I've never once in my life done something that's gotten such a big reaction. Not any sport, contest, achievement, program, club, you know, like nothing has ever gotten so much attention from so many strangers. Not only a real band, but we're like a band of dudes who count each other as brothers. I could tell each and every one of you guys, like, dude, shit's rough right now, we would all band together like a band.
Just in the past 10 months or so, they've become like brothers and become like a family to me. And I know I could count on them. I've grown to love them. I love every single one of them.
So I don't know, I love all these guys, and I'm glad that whatever force brought them all into my life so we could be doing this, and I hope we can keep doing it for quite a while.
Don't you want